past, but then jumping to the bag. Ain't coming, ain't. I saw the whole thing coming, ain't facing near past, but then jumping to the bag, to the bag, to the bag. I saw the whole thing coming, jumping to the bag. I saw the whole thing coming.
We are something else.
All right. Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 236. Set it off. It is a Takeover Thursday. There's Takeover Trina. There's CB. Our brother E-Rich, safe travels on his way to Hong Kong on the work assignment. So you got us. And not a bad crew, I might say. So just pretend he is here just late, like normal. Shout out to Tia, Jen Glenn, Kendall B. Let me get the button. I saw him in there.
Be easy, shoe and fashion report.
Chappie, Dave J on the mic, Dimitri. That's it for right now. Everybody welcome in. How has everybody been? Takeover. It's been
good evening.
Oh,
that's an AI takeover right there.
Right.
How's everything with your Takeover? How's everything been?
Honestly, I can't complain, and it's Thursday. We're heading into the weekend. So let's have a good time. Everybody, let's rock out, turn up tonight, get the weekend started early.
Okay. CB, bro, how you been?
Getting through. It's one of those things where looking forward to the weekend more and more every week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What's the
weekend? Yeah, it gets to start tonight. So we're good. Yeah. Shout out to one of my brother-in-laws, Jerome. He is retiring from the military. So gonna celebrate that tomorrow. Over 20 years, I believe.
Nice. Now you said Jerome. So is this your sister's husband? Your sister's husband's brother? Or is this the other Jerome?
He's Filipino.
Okay. That's what I thought. All right, look, that's what I thought. Look, things with me have been good. We're knee deep in the networking now, and I'm still trying to find my way. It's like, again, I think I use this terminology all the time. It's like trying to perform Beethoven, and you can't read sheet music for shit. So you got to start, you got to figure out how to do it. But, we're getting there. Week has been good, though. James and Pedro, welcome in. Good to see you. Now, I got a couple of things to announce because it felt like I was just doing this last night, which I was. Shout out to Sean Xavier. If you don't know, me and Sean Xavier dropped a pretty dope album on Tuesday, EP, Give Me Some Space. It's got about 8, it does have 8 tracks, and we have figured out through rounding and process of elimination, this album runs about 19 minutes. So everybody's got 19 minutes to take a listen to it, like it, download, all that good stuff. But if you want to know the commentary on the album, process of how it was made, check out A Night in Space with me and Sean Xavier last night, which you can find on the WRC YouTube channel, this channel, and/or I believe he has it on the Hot Seat podcast channel as well. I got something on my mind I need to talk about now, and it's not even bad because I just want to, because we're not going to do a smoking spiel on it. There's no need to.
Mm-hmm.
But have y'all seen the movie Highest to Lowest? Have you watched that yet? The Spike Lee and Denzel Washington movie and ASAP Rocky.
No, not yet.
Okay, you haven't seen it yet. Takeover. Anybody in the chat, have y'all seen Highest to Lowest yet? Let me just tell you, don't. It is horrible.
Damn it.
It is it is horrible. Like the main premise of the movie is, I think it is over in the first 20. It's a 2-hour long movie, and I think the premise of the movie is over in the first 20, and then it's just bad. Like Spike Lee is a decent director and writer, but it's like a one-trick pony thing right now, and I think he used Denzel Washington to kind of try to catapult this movie. I can't imagine paying money in a movie theater to see this, and I didn't. Thank God.
I mean, you low key make me want to watch it now, even though you said it's like horrible. So.
You know what I'm saying? Don't look down. Now you want to look down? That shit is bad. Yeah, I mean, I think again it was in the movies for a second. And then, with the streaming thing now, things only stay in movies for, I think, a couple of weeks, then it goes straight to streaming, but it still stays in the theater. Like, the cinematography looks okay, like bright colors or whatever. And then, Denzel's got that Beijing to make his hair look super black. But, like, he kept doing this weird thing with his face throughout the movie. Like, his dentures was getting ready to fall out. It was a weird thing that happened. Like, what is this? And the way it ends, you're like, no, that can't be the ending. That can't be. That's it? It is highest to lowest. Denzel, ASAP Rock. I knew I should have known it was gonna be bad because the 2 songs ASAP dropped for the movie were horrible.
Yeah, can't ever be a good omen.
Just terrible.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy too. And then he terrible. So if you want to, if y'all choose to look down and want to spend 2 hours of your life watching this movie, go for it because it is terrible. And you and I had talked about him. Well, I told you I had seen it, and you said you were going to check it.
Yeah, I saw it.
And let me tell you, my quick review on that, because we won't do it on that either, is terrible. And so here's the thing. It's not even so people want to get it misconstrued by it being a Jordan Peele film. It's under his production company, but it's not one of his original writings and directings. Which his last one, nope, terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's worth the smoke and spill. No, it was cool. I don't think it was terrible, but yeah, nah.
Okay, so it wasn't terrible, but it felt like the plot, the storytelling was incomplete. Marlon Wayans did a good job. I'm going to give him that. Kudos to Marlon for, expanding his range from white chicks to little man to, playing a 6-time. Nope was bad. Nope was terrible. Especially when you find out that thing in the sky is not a... Anyways, wasting too much time on that. All that, I got that off my chest. That's probably it's just E for nice. There is no E. That was the rant.
Right.
You just knocked it out in the first 10 minutes.
And we're off. And we're off. All right, so with all that, let's wrap. Happy little auction. So, 30 Bob Ross paintings will be auctioned off in the coming months to support public television after funding cuts. Many of them created live on the PBS series, which we all probably have watched in the afternoons after school. I know me. That's where I discovered Bob Ross was after school. It was about the 2:30 time frame because I got home around 2:15, had enough time to get my apple cinnamon Cheerios and go sit right in front of the TV, turn to PBS because you had TVs like this back then, and you had to, if you hit the tuner just right, boom, there it is. There's PBS. There's Bob Ross with the fro. I mean, who doesn't know who Bob Ross is at this point, right? Probably one of the most recognizable figures in the world. From the fro, recognizable fro, whatever. Okay, so with over 400 half-hour episodes aired on PBS from 83 to 94. Dee, welcome in. 3 the hard way. Yeah, so 400, listen to that. 400 half-hour episodes between 83 and 94. still shows his shows still air across the different platforms across the world on Hulu, Twitch, Pluto, YouTube. Every weekend on YouTube, there's a happy little marathon where they just run Bob Ross all weekend long. Art, good to see you. So, again, Bob Ross, probably one of the most recognizable figures there is. So APT, American Public Television, will be holding an auction, 30 paintings. 30 paintings. The first 3 paintings will be auctioned off in Los Angeles. So Kendall, Los Angeles, on November 11th. You want to get your hands on a Bob Ross authentic, one that he painted right on TV. November 11th, you can get the first 3 will be up for auction. The rest will be sold throughout 2026 at the Bonham Sales Room in LA. You got more chances than Kendall, New York, and Boston. Remember in July, under Orange's direction of Congress, they voted to take away $1.1 billion of previously allocated funds from public television. So this right here is 100% of the 100% of the raisins are going to go towards PBS television and radio, because NPR falls under that too, across the world. So I think people look down on PBS because it's not one of those main stations, but you don't realize the education that came from PBS. And I believe Reading Rainbow was PBS. Hell, Mr. Rogers may have been PBS. Like all those great shows growing up as kids that probably kept us, that raised us right. Because these kids these days, they don't have none of that. They don't have PBS. That's what the problem is. But yeah, bring back PBS and NPR, which you got no NPR, Tiny Desk. So thoughts on Bob Ross's paintings being up for auction. Did you watch Bob Ross as a kid take over?
I did. I remember him Saturday morning. So I think I might have still been in school at 2:15, But yeah, I mean, we don't make mistakes, just happy accidents. I love that. And so first and foremost, he was a treasure, right? And if I could get my hands on one of his paintings, I definitely would. I'm gonna wait till, they come down to like Dollar General, and then, no, I don't, but then I could probably afford it then. But I mean, Bob was the epitome of like class, creativity, calmness, and that soothed the soul, and that curly bush. And like you said, he left an everlasting impression, in the 80s, the 90s, and beyond. So what a pleasure, that I think it's awesome that they're going to auction off his paintings. And they were created with love. He had a message with every painting that he created. It was just so many nuggets of wisdom. So to support public television, I think that, if he was still living, that he would definitely support that, Yeah. Like you said, PBS, you talking about educational, inspiring, informative TV, way before a YouTube, not only for the kids, adults too, They had some, really good shows I still watch to, this day. So I heard, his paintings are just sitting in a storage facility in Virginia. So I was like, wow, that's mind blowing.
Yeah, he was local. I mean, he was Indiana, but then PBS was local, so he would come in to do the shows.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So,
Crazy.
I mean, get them out the storage, and, it's unfortunate that it, had to come to this. But I feel like his life's purpose, his passion, was fulfilled through his art, and he would be proud to support public television.
Yeah. I wish I had the picture of when I was Bob Ross for Halloween.
Bro, I was gonna bring that up. I was like, how did you not have that queued up and ready to go?
I had that picture. But that's the thing too. So think about the branding. I'll let you go to Sexy. The branding, like this guy back. So if you remember Frank's Nursery, but now, it turns into like an AC Moore or Michaels and all that. He had his painting kits in these places.
Oh my gosh. Love Frank's. Yes.
And I used to try to draw along because painting is just not my thing. But, this guy has a whole brand after he's passed. So it's like a cult following. And like Bob was definitely hitting the trees before he started painting them too. So it's
Hey, be one with nature and with your subject, I guess. All I know is that if Kendall's coming back with one of these OGs after seeing what a few of these have actually been sold for in the last couple of years, yeah, we're gonna have to talk to Kendall about some funding, because these joints been going for 6 figures plus. So I think this is a great cause. We obviously know that with these cuts, a lot of the programs that need them, they're starting to run dry. So hopefully this is something that can help just bring more good attention to the cause and raise some good money.
Yeah, I mean, and Bob would every now and then like pull a squirrel out of his pocket, not like a gerbil and Richard Gere, but a squirrel out of his pocket, and it's like, damn, you had a friend the whole time. Like, it was just amazing. They don't make shows like that anymore, and
Nope.
yeah. So if you want to get yourself a Bob Ross, go ahead and hit that auction in LA, New York, and Boston, and paint some happy little trees. But I thought that was a feel good story. There's a lot of shit going on out here, and who wants to let's talk about Bob Ross. But you know what else we need to talk about? Let's talk about an old friend coming back. Something that got us through the pandemic. There was a lot of things that got us through the pandemic. D Nice is one of them. Club Quarantine was, I don't know how D Nice pulled it off to get licensed music played on Instagram without getting clipped, whatever. But it was dope, right? So, but yeah, an old friend is coming back. And no, that's not it. It's this one. Versus is returning. They've partnered with Complex. So Swiss and Timbaland are still in control. They partnered with Complex, and they said they'd rather not do so much talking, but get straight to the point. That's why there was no big build up to it. It was just bam, Versus is back, and they've been working behind the scenes to do it. So they're relaunching the series in Vegas, October 25th. So if you're a big fan of Versus and you want to see Cash Money and No Limit get to action, that's what they're calling it. Cash Money and No Limit get to action October 25th at Complex Con. Complex now owns the distribution rights. Because who was that? Was that Triller? They're not even in existence anymore. Triller had the rights, and they just like completely messed them over, right?
What a wild time that
before we get into this battle, but think about how good Versus was. Like, you had the Teddy Riley and Babyface. You had that to me, that one should have been, when they started doing the live versions of it, that should have been the one that we saw live. But back then it was early stages. You were on your phone, you could see, Babyface. None of them knew how to work technology. And Teddy was probably the one that was like, yo, we should do this live. Because Teddy tried to put on that full concert in his foyer, and you kept hearing the Ring doorbell go off while he was teaming too much. He didn't understand how you play live doesn't necessarily transform into social media or like those platforms with the same. So he had to, you gotta get an OBS. You gotta go through that system for it to work. But anyways, so now we have No Limit versus Cash Money. Now, they promise more is coming in 26. Okay, that's good. Fans will have the opportunity to buy the tickets for this epic battle. So if you want to go again, you can go. Okay. It's unclear who will be repping each side, but I'm assuming you're going to get Bird and Slim, the founders of Cash Money, and you'll probably get Master P, the founder of No Limit. Now, these are they were at their height. I was like 99, right? Cash Money taking over 99. Yeah, so like No Limit was around like 7th and 8th. Cash Money was like 8th and 9th for me. And they just, from there. So to me, I don't even know where it's at. It just says in Vegas. Dimitri or Risa, do y'all know where it's at in Vegas? Where would this typically be? It's probably T-Mobile, right? Somewhere like that. So they can make a bunch of money. It's constant. Anyway, to me, it's not even close. It's going to be maybe fun to watch, but this battle between catalogs and artists is not going to be close. It's not. You want to know why? Because Cash Money is going to wipe the floor with No Limit. It's not going to be close. Because and let's go. No Limit. Their roster, right? I mean, and I got to pull up one more thing so we can kind of get what I'm talking about here. No Limit's roster: Master P, Silk the Shocker, Master P, Mia X, Mac, Fiend, C Murder, who's in jail, Mystical, who's in jail. And if you want to say Snoop, we can entertain 1 or 2 albums from Snoop from No Limit. You were inside during No Limits, right? Yeah, I mean that was middle. That was like middle. Yeah, that was like beginning to middle for us, right, Cardo? Let's go down Cash Money's roster. Birdman, he at least got by himself one. What happened to that boy now? Okay, that. Manny Fresh, we talk about production, but Manny may have a hit. But if you don't like them solo, you got Big Timers. Big Timers had you singing the damn Gilligan's Island theme song, and you didn't even know it. Big Timers had hits, right? I was just at Dreamville, and they headline night 1, the whole Cash Money, like the Hot Boys. Just forget about the hits. Okay, so if you don't like them, let's go BG. BG was more of the underground. He may have had like one at the very beginning. He had some radio hits, but other than that, he went to jail too. But so BG got hits. Turk just got kicked off the tour because of a fight with BG. So now I don't know if I'll look right here. Okay, let's keep it like that. So it's not just me. I don't know if Turk is going to be invited, but it doesn't even matter. Okay, I'm just Juvenile. I mean, Juvenile. We can stop at Juvenile, and No Limit doesn't have a chance. But you want me to keep going? Should I keep going? Because I still Lil Wayne. I can really stop there, Lil Wayne. But if they want to be dirty, we can go to Young Money. We can go Nicki Minaj. We can go Drake. Master P better bring a whole bunch of rap snacks. It's going to be a long night. No, maybe a quick night. The Battle of the Woadies. It's going to be over. It's over. So then I'm going to entertain this. So I did my research. I'm looking at No Limit's greatest hits. Well, Young Money, they were an affiliate, kind of, sort of, right? Birdman's getting paid off of Drake, from Drake, or Drake is paying Birdman. They can get it. They can get as dirty as they want to. So, I'm about it. Okay, y'all ain't ready. That was Silk the Shocker song. Okay, bounce that ass. Okay, Gangstafied, the Shocker, make them say, okay. So if you play Make Them Say, I'm gonna play Juvie's High. Or back that ass up. And that's you negate that.
Yeah.
He did that. Okay, I don't know. That was Silk the Shocker, so I didn't know he did that. Ain't No Limit. Okay. Where the Soldiers at? Soldier Party, No Limit Soldiers 2. What You Want to Do? That's Me, Ask Me. Okay. Mr. Womp Womp. All right. No Limit Party, Assassin, It's Your Thing, Mercedes. Okay. Down for my ends. Okay, that might. Okay, if you play that, I'm just gonna play The Block Is Hot by Lil Wayne. Get out of here. It Ain't My Fault. Ice Cream. Ain't My Fault, Ice Cream Man. You know, I'm play right after that. Then now I'm at this point I can play Get Your Roll On. I can still. Yeah, Fiend. Yeah, well, I said Fiend. I got the hookup. Oh, boy, I miss my homies. Hootie Hoo. Yeah. Anything from Wayne's catalog. Well, I mean, if you want to play dirty. All right. So before I let y'all go, let's go down Cash Money's greatest hits. You Understand? Get Your Roll On. Bling Bling. The Block Is Hot. If you want to go Manny Solo, Real Big. Project Bitch. Back that ass up. I got the fire. Slow Motion. Drop It Like It's Hot, Go DJ, Stun Up.
Those bootleg movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stop right there because you know what it is, and I can just thoughts on versus coming back, Cash Money versus this. Now, I'm sorry, Rough Riders versus Bad Boy would be a good one. We got the tour, but go ahead, take over.
So, I mean, I feel like this was going to be more of a musical celebration than a battle. I mean, I feel like we just going to be partying and just, you know, thinking about all the memories. Where were we when, you know, all the different songs were played? And so I have a story for everything. So, true story. My college roommate, she loved that song. Every time I come around the city, bling, bling. And at the time, she was dating a dude named Lorenzo that had Lorenzo rims. So, I mean, she wore that song out freshman year. So, just memories on top of memories. So, if I got to pick between Cash Money and No Limit, I got Cash Money for the 99 2000s. Okay, I'm sorry. You know, I want to see, you know, it would be cool if, you know, C Murder and Mystical could, you know, be there, bring the vibes, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to have my stunner shades, my bling stunner shades ready, my army fatigue, my boots, and I'm going to be ready to rock out. And so I feel like, once again, this is the break we need from, you know, the world and the madness. This is, you know, a good celebration of music and good times. So, I'm surprised it's not being held in New Orleans, but you know, that's a different story. And maybe this will help birth the next generation of New Orleans rappers. They're going to emerge, you know. I hope Baby doesn't be greedy and Master P don't be greedy with the money. Make sure you spread it to the artists performing that night. And next, I want to see a versus between Maya and A. Marie. That's just me. But who y'all got in the chat? Drop it in the chat. Who y'all got? Cash Money, No Limit.
Dress like a veteran. I'll be honest. Most of y'all know that Mixtape Wayne is my favorite rapper of all time. And you know, so when I was a younger man, would, you know, have been really heavy on the Cash Money side, but as an adult, like, I don't know if I'll be tuning in. Like, it's I would doubt that Wayne would be there. You know what I mean? Just in terms of what it would cost, I would imagine, to bring him in. And we joke about Surviving Diddy all the time. Surviving Baby is a real thing too, bro. So like, I honestly get weirded out seeing that dude around, like on television or anywhere, hearing all the stuff that this guy has been involved in and done. So I'm not really checking for it, to be honest.
Right. Okay, I got you. So that's the thing. Like, is Wayne there or not? And I was looking something up real quick. If you know, Mystical had hits with them, but like, you know, some of Mystical's probably bigger, more commercial records, Shake Your Ass and Danger, were not under No Limit. I mean, Pete has still been getting paid off of them, you know, so then maybe they can play that. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe I want to see it because of what the nostalgia that Versus had for us during the pandemic. But you know, it may be, you know, it was a reason why it's been sitting for so long, and now it probably feels like maybe a money grab. But yeah. All right. Wait a minute. I gotta go back. Go back. It is a Takeover Thursday. I gotta get that video together. Everybody got an intro. I gotta get you a video takeover. We'll get there.
Please.
All right. Got you. But it's a Takeover Thursday. What do you have for us on this evening?
Okay, so as you guys know, in this segment, I like to put the fellas in the hot seat. ask them a question that they have no idea what's coming to them. And so E-Rich is not here. I'm definitely going to have to run this back because, you know, E-Rich is, he, we want to, you know, get his input on this too. So, and you guys, y'all want to get to know the fellas more intimately. So let's get into it. So this Thursday, it is a case of the exes. Okay. And so if I had your exes, your ex-girlfriends here as a guest on the We Are Something Else podcast, okay, tell the truth, good or bad. We listen and we do judge. No, I'm just joking. We listen and we don't judge. What would your exes honestly say about you? Okay. CB, the rock star of the crew, you're up first in the hot seat.
Damn. Well, they'd probably all make fun of my calves real quick. That would definitely happen. But I mean, honestly, most of my exes, it's not like we're homies or anything, but like I'm not on bad terms with any of them. So you know, like I honestly think they'd probably say like I'm still like a good friend or something like that. I honestly think that my reviews would be all right.
Okay, cool. That's fair. Kaleo, the Capricorn.
I'm joking.
Well, don't try to get out of this, Kaleo. Okay, no, we are not going to do that. Okay, you up in the hot seat, bro. Don't...
So look, you know, okay. Honestly, I'll probably get good reviews, but I think a lot of people. I've been called selfish a lot. Go figure. I mean, I do focus on things. But I don't think anything bad. I mean, you know, selfish would probably be the main thing that they say, or focused or driven. Because E is on a flight to Hong Kong, but yeah, he out, he gone. But yeah, no, I think, in all honesty, I think selfish would be the term, or what they would say.
Okay.
But you know, but all around good guy, just, you know, a little selfish, driven. That's
okay.
Know.
Yeah, okay. I can appreciate that. We know E-Rich, he likes his woman to use wet wipes. He mentioned that on a previous We Are Something Else podcast. So yeah, we're gonna have to check in. As a matter of fact, I like to thank you guys for being good sports, but I actually did talk to CB and Kaleo's exes, and this is what they told me. And I quote, "They were a hot mess. So I'm glad you had them in the hot seat," end quote.
Okay, that's not bad. I can return for that.
So
I don't know how many filters that thing got ran.
Right. Kaleo, you sweat bullets over there, bro.
This is the hot seat. You said something about, hold on. You said, I feel the rain. I feel the rain. I feel the rain.
All right, so this is Takeover, and this is in the hot seat.
Be Easy Shoe and Fashion Report.
We don't have E tonight, so I guess we got to go straight. All right, CB, what you got for that? Cop or chop?
All right, so this dude's been in the news for a few different reasons, but Stefon Diggs has another Asics like collab coming out, dropping on October 14th or October 11th, excuse me. So coming up this Saturday, and I believe this is his second shoe. It's DS Trainer. I actually had a pair of these back in the day. Obviously not his model here, but actually trained for a 5K in a pair of DS trainers like a decade ago. So my man currently is being known for being baby daddy number 2 for our girl Cardi B. And he's coming off his, best game of the season, for the New England Patriots in his revenge game against the Buffalo Bills. So these are going to be going for $160. Like I said, dropping on Saturday. You guys interested in these or not? These are not a must cop by any means, but I think it's cool that he's out here doing stuff with ASICs.
These are cop for sure. I'm excited about these. They're probably gonna sit, but these would be a cop for me.
Yeah, they're cool. I think maybe for the younger kids out there, might be a cop. Me personally, Chopt.
Yeah, I can't really see Trina rocking around in these.
When they come out?
Saturday.
160?
160. Yep.
But I take that back. This, ASICs, we talked about ASICs being the new YN kind of shoe thing. That's a thing. So I can see these probably moving. I just thought about it, and it's associated to digs if you know. So, but yeah, okay. Still overall, cop. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I thought I was on it. I can't multitask. There you go.
Nice. Yeah. And I want everybody to know that the theme graphic cracks me up every time I see it. Just looking at each individual picture, man, it's very funny to me. But this segment is We Are Something Else presents from the cheap seats. Normally, I am joined by my brother E. Rich, but as Kaleo laid out earlier, our bro is on assignment. So, you got CB and Kaleo tonight, and we are going to talk about a few topics here for our pregame segment. I guess we got to talk about Bron, right? And this is funny to me. So he had this whole Decision 2 thing. And fans started speculating, he's going to announce that this is going to be his last season. He's going to retire, blah, blah, blah. So people go out, they start trying to buy tickets and everything, for games at the end of the season. And you have some dude, some Lakers fan, trying to sue LeBron for just under $900 because he was bamboozled, he's saying, because of what the Decision 2.0 was. So I think that's pretty funny. I don't think he's going to be getting his $850 or whatever it is. But Kaleo, did you hear about this?
I did. First of all, so the way Bron had it set up, it smelled funny anyway. And Bron can't do anything without people shitting on him anyway. But I'm like, I knew. We thought at first. I thought I knew it wasn't gonna be retirement. It just had to be something. I thought it was McDonald's deal, whatever. Kendall had said Taco Tuesday because Taco Bell was getting ready. They had just trademarked that thing, so it made sense. But Hennessy, really, really. But that's these people's fault for going out and buying all these damn tickets, thinking that. Do you think that's how LeBron is going to announce his retirement? I don't think you get a LeBron announcement for his farewell tour. You don't get that.
Definitely, at least not like that. I'm not believing that. But we got to talk. We talked about her last week. She deserves another few minutes from the boys. Asia Wilson is just continuing to add to the GOAT resume that she has. Game winner last night. And now they're up 3-0. You know what I mean?
That headline is ridiculous. Asia Wilson makes history, the first player to make a game winner over a married couple. Is that where the news is now? Like,
yes.
Run out of ideas for stories.
Anybody that comes to us for news know that yes, that is the news nowadays. So and it was for the win, man. You know what I mean? So it looks like she's getting ready to add another trophy to the trophy case, and well deserved. Yeah, right.
3 chips and 4
MVPs.
Yeah,
like,
bro, I mean, it could be 4 championships. So I know they went back to back, so it's probably 3 chips. And bro, if she wins, there's no mistaking she's probably the greatest, one of the greatest female basketball players right now. She is one of the greatest. She may be the one. She may be the one if she wins this, and then all this, whoever other stuff can subside. Whatever. All right.
Yeah, it's going to take a really long time, I think, for anybody to match the accolades that she's piling up here. But here's something for some people to be upset about potentially. Victor Wembanyama went from being 7'3" and now is being listed by the Spurs at 7'5". Also, Grady Dick apparently also grew this summer, and that is one of the funniest headlines I've ever seen. First of all, I want to know why some have been given so much when I've been given so little, because I got my growth spurt like in 8th grade, thinking that, maybe it was the first of a few, and that was it. So, here I am. But shout out to Wemby, bro. Apparently he went from being 205 to like 230, 7'5", 230 now. He's going to be a problem, bro.
How old is this dude?
21, 22. Like,
this dude is still.
How messed up is that?
That's crazy. As if he didn't already.
He was also an alien, like this is nuts. So, it'll be interesting to see. We're gonna have to hit up get his thoughts on these, but we appreciate all y'all hanging with us. This is our sports segment. We have something else from the cheap seats, and
real quick, fantasy. Any tips for fantasy? Now, a lot of injuries, and people are trying to make trades so they can stay afloat in these fantasy leagues. What anything that we need to be looking out for?
I honestly think that those two subjects are kind of tied together in a way. So when it comes to trying to prep or react to injuries on your team, a lot of it's going to be dependent on the position, right? So running backs, you can actually find backup running backs that can step in and give you starter level production. It's really hard to do that with wide receivers. So just know that depending on the position that you're looking for, you might be able to find replacements out there on the waiver wire. But otherwise it might be a barren wasteland. And the only way to fill a spot might be to try to hit up some of your league mates and try to flip a trade off. So it really also comes down to where your team is. If you're competing, you lose Malik Neighbors for the season, you're going to want to try to stay competing. Whereas if this happens towards the end of the season, your team's already, pretty much out of the playoff race, you might not be much involved. So I say, just be vigilant out there. Try to improve your team how you can. And if that means trying to flick a trade off to make up for some of these injuries, there's been a lot of big time players that have gone down. So, you got my seal of approval.
Yep. All right.
Welcome to D-Cup Customs, the most creative crafter in these streets. At the heart of the magic is Doreen. If you can dream it, she can create it. Need a one-of-a-kind piece for your business, your project, or even just your ego? We got you. And it's not just tumblers either. We have shot glasses, pens, mugs, badge reels. Basically, if it holds ink or drinks, we do it. And Doreen, she made me a custom Black Panther cup. I was drinking out of it and somebody wanted it so bad, They offered to buy it from me right then. And Doreen looked at me and did this.
Take it, fool. Turn down that good money.
Look at this piece. It's going to be amazing when it's done. But we don't just do ink and glitter. We also do custom vinyl. So again, if you can think of it, she can do it. We also love working with our guys, and we can't wait to work with you. So if you use the code WRSE15, you will get 15% off your order. Thanks. See you soon.
Shout out to one of the folks of D Cup Customs, Dimitri, Doreen. Oh, here we go. Wrong buttons again. Dimitri, Doreen. I got my D Cup Custom right here. You know, got a little beverage in here. I can't tell you what it is, but a nice little beverage in here. Keeps it cool. So use that WRC 15, save 15% on that. Also, you know what you can use a discount on this weekend? DC Shop Pod, WRSC 10, DC Shop Pod. Shout out to Grant, shout out to Margaret, all the wonderful people at DC Shop Pod. They ship across the US. So if you want a little Chicago deep dish, make sure you check that out. All the wonderful folks that. And now, I guess we can go ahead and show some shoes and get on to whatever's happening next. Takeover.
All right. So it's a beautiful Takeover Thursday. And got another little story for you guys. So stay with me. So my youngest son, he is doing outdoor track right now. So I don't know if you know, sometimes you get matching shoes, you and your kids, you and your partner. But we got these. We got some New Balances, and these are cool running shoes. I needed to get out there and run, you know, fall crisp air. And so, yeah, these were good and a good price point as well.
Nice. Okay. CB.
I also have a story. So there is a Nike store that is not far from the job, and they are actually known as like a running specific location. So not a whole lot of like basketball or other sports shoes or apparel in there. It's a lot catered to running, that kind of stuff. And so I was going in there because there are a pair of running shoes, the Vomero Premiums, that are supposed to be dropping shortly. So I wanted to run in there, see if they were going to be getting them at some point. And while I was in there, I guess they get a couple releases and they get limited stock, and they keep a couple pairs up towards the front. They just say limited quantities, ask, you know, for help. And so they had this pair here, and I was like, wow, I haven't actually seen these in a store. Do you guys actually have any pairs of these in the back? And the guy, the attendant, was like, well, I don't know. They would be limited. I was like, well, if you have a 10 or a 10.5, just know I'm your guy. And the display shoe was a 10.5. So he was like, well, you know, we got one. We got to have the other one in the back. So I was like, all right, bet. And brings calls in the back. They bring it out. They're like, you need to try it on? Nah, bro. I know if it's a 10.5 in Nike, I don't got to try on shit. Just ring me up. Because I got the and it was for retail. You know what I mean? So these joints, and these were on the list for earlier in the year. So just to try to show the box. But they had the Nigels in there, bro.
Crazy.
So got these for retail. I think these joints are really cool. So, you know, wear naturally.
They could be in the top 5 for the year.
Supposed to look beat up. So I'm pumped, man. I haven't had a sneaker store like event like this, anything like this happen since I don't know, in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
To find those almost 2 months later in the store for retail.
Because I'm sure you can go into like a consignment shop somewhere, you know, and they'll have them on the wall, and you'll pay like $250 for them. So
Absolutely.
what a find! Thank you, Sneaker Gods. Y'all bless me.
There you go. All right, so because the Nigels are definitely going to be probably top 5 for the year, probably those and the Reds, the Brick by Bricks, but also what's in the top 5. I said earlier in the year, maybe even last year when I first saw the shoe, it was going to be in my top 5 whatever year it got released.
Boom.
So yeah, I know maybe you don't know what that is or what that says, but I will tell you what it is. I'll show you.
Got him.
Fancy.
These things, a jellyfish.
Might be average height if I put those on.
So look, these things are comfortable. I would recommend going up half a size or maybe a full size if you can. But yeah, these are the Pharrell jellyfish. Silhouette made its way around like last year at some point, and there was a bunch of different ways to get them. It had the Virginia website, they had a few auctions or whatever. I just happened to know somebody that knew somebody that could get their hands on them, and bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, so these are probably going to be, you'll see these again in the top 5 of the year. Haven't quite decided where they're going to place, but I haven't worn them yet either, but here's the bottom. And then on the inside, does have the jellyfish thing.
Nice. Exclusive. Yes.
Yeah. So, and then the sole is Adiprene. So they're super comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, look.
They do kind of look like that.
All right. So where are we at? Oh, 51 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll start with that. But we're off to next. There's a Mixcloud show getting ready to happen, I believe, on Real Estate Poppy's channel. They're supposed to be watching sexually provocative music videos. I don't know.
Why not?
BET Uncut. What is this?
Exactly. It's probably what it is. Him and Jinglin. Who knows what they get themselves into. And then so I got a question I want to ask everybody before we get here. Also next week, double feature with I Hate It Here, because I'll be on I Hate It Here show. Workplace Horror Stories, Erica and Marissa, next Thursday at 8:30 on their YouTube channel. Watch out for all the advertisements there. And then after that, they're coming over here. So we have a mashup of I Hate It Here and We Are Something Else podcast. The following week, we'll be on Gen X TV with Coach Kim. Shout out to Gen X TV, because we're there too. Download on Roku and Fire Stick. It only makes sense to have Coach Kim talk about her app on her platform in 2 weeks. So, boom, boom, boom. So let's talk about this real quick. All the parents, well, you don't have to be a parent to answer this question. First round people at WIC. That could be true. That might be true. That might be true. So here's the question. You don't have to be a parent to have a real answer for this, but so my daughter, all right, she's found herself in a little bit of trouble. Right? A little bit of trouble. But the thing is, so you give her give your kids a little bit of a punishment, and then you feel bad and you take it back, and you just hope they learn their lesson, right? Then they do it again, and you give them a little punishment, and then you take it back and say, "Oh, they've learned their lesson," and then to the point where you're like, "Why are we still here?" So I was like, okay, now let me implement the punishment. So so what do you have to do? You have to take away the stuff they like to really get the point right. So one thing she loves is TV. And night too. It's like, nope, no TV for a week. That's a start, right? And no phone. So TV and phone are gone. So they're one and the same. So
yep.
No TikTok videos, no YouTube, no makeup videos, no Netflix, whatever you're watching, no Disney, none of that. That's gone for a week. Okay. There's a field trip coming up to repeat. There's a field trip coming up to the farm, the pumpkin patch. Everybody loves going to the pumpkin patch, with your friends, and coming home with pumpkin and apple cider donuts and all that. Hell, I want to go. I probably could because I ain't got nothing to do. But I took that away. So no pumpkin patch either, right? And on top of that, I know what she's been looking forward to is Halloween. And around here, Halloween's a big thing because that's my mom's birthday. I was like, yeah, no Halloween either. Yeah. And that's how serious that was. I am. So, and here's the question out of all that. So that's the severity, that's the punishment. Now, some of the things behind the punishment is get that room together. Gotta get the issues that I'm having, fix those, or whatever. So the question came up the other day. She's like, can I go to the pumpkin patch if I do this and do that? I was like, well, I don't necessarily know if the lesson is learned if you're only doing it to go to the pumpkin patch. You need to do it anyway, because that's not the stipulation. Okay. So she started doing the thing. Yeah, I can't. So she started doing the things that she was supposed to do. And so the thing is, tomorrow's the last day for the permission slip to be signed to go to the pumpkin patch. So I clean my room. I did what you asked me to do. So she asked me, she's like, look, I did what you asked me to do. Tomorrow's the last day for the permission slip. Can you sign it? So everybody knows where my daughter hits at for me. And I'm like, I knew it was coming. I was like, if I let you go, you haven't learned your lesson. You've only done these things to get what you want. And you haven't really lost anything along the way. TV, you've gotten, you can deal with. A phone, you've gotten that taken away before you survived. But I know you really want to go on this field trip, and I know you really want Halloween. And those things have been taken off the table. So how do you? So the long question is, I still told her no, she can't go to the field trip. And I knew what was going to come after that, and I got it. Should I rethink this field trip thing? Because the thing, if she goes on a field trip, that means her phone is still, if she's still on punishment, she get back, she's still no phone, and Halloween is still off the table. Is it worth it? Should I think about it a little harder and sign this permission slip for her to go to this pumpkin patch so her and her girlfriend's gonna have a good time?
I mean, as one of her uncles, I'm the wrong person to ask. Because I'm like, yeah, nah, she needs to learn her lesson, but also at the same time, I'll sign the damn permission slip. So, like it's like giving a little back, knowing that, there's still some time left to be served on the yard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Kaleo, you were soft at first, you know what I'm saying? You gave her some chances, but the pumpkin patch, bro, like, what is she even going to be doing at school while everybody's in their class, her friends at the pumpkin? She going to be at school crying, boy.
But there's an opportunity to think about how we got here, right?
I mean, I agree. I'm a softie too. I ain't even going to fry. I probably let him go on the trip, but keep the Halloween. That's canceled. The phone, TV, and yeah, it maybe tell her like, yeah, I ain't turning this slip in, and then go ahead and submit it to the office to the teacher. I don't know.
Do it. Okay. But I'm not in the comments. I saw someone posted, put his daughter on betrayal list. Stealing Claire's computer school homework to watch Netflix. All right. I'm just wondering, I mean, I'm okay with being that parent currently. I mean, we'll work through it, but also I'm all about like, where's the lesson going to be learned at? Where's the lesson learned?
I feel you. Whew, that's rough.
And she's 6. No, I'm joking. She's 10. He's old enough to know.
Right.
Got a 6-year-old walking the line.
I don't know. If you don't let her go to that pumpkin patch, sleep with one eye open, Claire.
Remember you get real talk. I got in trouble for 7th grade. Cooper and I sat out. Okay. So and like on The Simpsons that time when Homer wouldn't let Bart go see Itchy and Scratchy, he stood on that ground hoping, and he said by Bart not going to see Itchy and Scratchy, he would be a Supreme Court justice. So we got a pumpkin patch right here. That might be the thing. We'll see. But anybody got anything planned for the weekend?
I mean, we got the bros retirement party ceremony and party tomorrow. Gonna get to see one of my nephews play football on Sunday, and get to see one of my nieces. It's her first birthday, so it's got some family stuff going on. That'll always be good.
Claire's nursing home's going to be on Malcolm X's. All right, y'all. Look, that's all we got. Kindle Me Morning Show in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. Abstract shortly thereafter, noon-ish on Station Head. If you haven't listened to the great album, Give Me Some Space, me and Sean Xavier, downloadable on all platforms. But then go find Real Estate Poppy's Mixcloud and go over there and watch porno videos with him and Jen Glenn. All that.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSC Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe.
All day coming, I ain't vision in the past. Nothing jumping to the bag. They ain't coming, they